Hello. We'll have now a short presentation about this important Belgian architect, Victor Bourgeois, born in 1897. So he was 10 years younger than Le Corbusier and died in 1962. So Victor Bourgeois, as you can see, born August 29th, and today is August 29th, was a Belgian architect and urban planner, considered the greatest Belgian modernist architect. This is what Wikipedia says. Bourgeois was born in Charleroi and studied at the Académie Royale des Beaux-Arts in Brussels, from 1914 through 1918, so during the First World War, and was mentored by Henry van der Velde, a very important architect himself. Together with his brother Pierre Bourgeois, he founded several magazines, including Seven Arts, 1922, 1928. And I long again for the time when architects will become publishers and sustain even polemical stances with a society that deserves some polemics, in my opinion. In 1927, Bourgeois became the only Belgian invited to design a house for the Weissenhof Estate exhibition in Stuttgart, the famous colony in Weissenhof, whose master plan was designed by Mies van der Rohe, and there were some very important architects who contributed. So if you visit Stuttgart, please do not forget to visit the Weissenhof Estate or the Weissen colony, Werkbund colony, Weissenhof. You'll see buildings by Mies, Le Corbusier, Hans Scharoun, Victor Bourgeois, and so on. And the following year, Bourgeois was a delegate to the first meeting of the Congrès International d'Architecture Moderne and the founding member of that organization, the famous CIAM. We can only long for becoming statues. So he achieved this goal, Victor Bourgeois. And here, there is a short presentation of him with a project that was important in his sustainable social housing district in Belgium. So Victor Bourgeois, I don't know what that 65 years old is, or is it? Let's see. Yes, he died at 65. I don't know why I had a feeling he lived longer. Anyway, we begin this short presentation with this apartment building in Rue du Cubisme in Koekelberg. Interesting name, Rue du Cubisme. Unexpected. But no, picture Cité Moderne, or this is the one, no, at St. Agatha Berkham, 1922, 1925. Again, regret that my presentation is not the most brilliant one. It's rather short, but at least we remember him today on his birthday. So this is this social housing complex. Now, of course, the buildings today are probably not so inexpensive. They don't look, like truly like social housing, but that's what they were at the time when they were built. This is, I guess, there were various parts of this complex of buildings, because this looks different from what we see here. La Cité Moderne. The modernism had to fight its way through, and now, it seems unavoidable and difficult to replace. Another building by him, I would say a rather interesting one. Of course, this is an early Orthodox modernism, if we are to call it so, but it's interesting what is happening in the center with those three steps, so to speak, and with the stained glass windows, something we don't do any longer, but maybe we should again. Even this simplified modern or modernist version, a stained glass window has character. has color, and even Frank Lloyd Wright used it. So, you know, a lot of, you know, apartment buildings. This one we saw, Victor Bourgeois. Again, please forgive me. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. Maybe I should make presentations in the morning too. So the presentations in the evening, I would be, you know, already with the necessary exercise for with the voice. I don't talk with anybody the whole day, and I guess it shows. But anyway, this complex of row houses, or you know, some kind of you know, collective housing, it's not very different from what we have now, almost 100 years later. If this was built these days, it would have been published without doubt by Arch Daily and other websites and blogs and so on, e-zines and so on. It's well kept, it's refurbished, it's clean, it's modern. No, it's modern, but what does it mean, modern? You know, for me, the most astute statement about art, or one of the most, I would say, correct and astute too definitions of art came from Charles Baudelaire, the great French poet, who said that art has two halves. One half speaks about the circumstantial, the transitory, the ephemeral, and this is the modern part of art. And then the other half speaks about the immutable and the permanent. And we need both halves. So modernity, in a certain way, although a good work, should have both sides. Doesn't matter it's modern or not modern. But modernity is usually associated with this transitory, circumstantial, ephemeral part of both art and life. You know, it's also connected in a way with fashion, with trends. And we are very fond of trends these days, are we not? But again and again, this is a building which still stands, even aesthetically, 100 years later. Victor Bourgeois, the Belgian architect. And this is a blog where, you know, more information can be found about this particular work of Victor Bourgeois, Snail Lint, Snail Lint the City, Snail Lint the City, a strange name for me. It's a blog. So we see he built many buildings there, not just that one. We see the snail, I guess, in the lower right corner. Almost 100 years ago. Not bad. Now, apartment, this one, we started with this one, but I guess I tried again and I couldn't find the pictures. Immeuble, another apartment building in Brussels. No pictures, a house from 1925, 3 years before Villa Savoie. But this is not, you know, in the you know, very advantageous and privileged setting of Villa Savoie is part of the urban fabric. But I would say is a courageous, fresh modernism here displayed between those two older buildings. Fine, this is the role of modernity, to provoke the bourgeois, provoquer la bourgeoisie. Now, Maison Bourgeois, the funny thing is that his name is Bourgeois. 1925, Maison Bourgeois, his own house, I guess. Yeah, it was in the air. You know, there was also the movement, Die Stelle. It was, you know, the time of moving beyond the misery of the First World War through a new beginning. And this house, I think, did just that. And I think he did it very well. It's a fine building. Look at the fragment of a car on the right side at the bottom. You know, what a distance now between the facade of the building, which could very well be a building built today, and then the car on the right is, you know, at least 80 years old. Maison de Latiny, Avenue Voltaire, Bruxelles, 1926. No pictures. Another house. I guess I finish in a very unglorious way without any pictures. Another house. I couldn't. For this one, I found pictures. I couldn't display the video. This is the house in the corner where that. But you can find it on YouTube if you want to. Maison J'espère. J'espère, like in I hope, pronounced almost identically in Saint-Lambert volume. Anyway, okay, on Vimeo.com you can find other things by him, and Maison Blanche, also it's on this one or on the previous one. That's how I end. As I said, I end ungloriously, and I ask for forgiveness. And this was the short, very short and problematic homage to Victor Bourgeois. But at least you who attended this presentation learned about this architect who is less known. And now